changes have been done in JavaScript, and a lot of good changes have happened in JavaScript, and it have taken JavaScript to the next level also. And almost all of the features are used in React. So our final goal is to learn React. That should be everyone's final goal who want to get into front end development. Okay, Angular is also there, Vue is also there, Svelte is also there, but everything uses ES6. Even Angular uses a lot of ES6 features. Vue also, everything uses the modern ES6 arrow function, and all those things are always there. So let's get started with ES6, which is the basics of all JavaScript modern libraries and frameworks and all. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I have a slide today. So what is ECMAScript? ECMAScript is, as I'm telling, it is a next generation JavaScript released in 2015 by ECMA technical community. And those who don't know, ECMA is the real name of JavaScript. Yeah, and JavaScript name is actually taken from Java, because Java was the most popular language in 1995. So JavaScript name came from there only, but the original name was ECMAScript, and internally also it is known as ECMAScript by the committee which sees JavaScript. And nobody would have guessed that it would have become more popular than Java in its days. And JavaScript is everything nowadays, and Java is only limited to some backend things and Android development. But then also Android development is moving toward Kotlin. So only Java is limited to backend only. Everything else is JavaScript. Even the backend is JavaScript, which is Node.js. So that's why JavaScript have become way too bigger than Java. Okay, so now in 2015 it was released, but it was not supported by all browser, especially IE11. But now there is no IE11. Those who don't know, Microsoft have retired IE11. There is no IE11 in Windows 11, or which I am using, or Windows 10. It is not there. IE11 itself is not there. Okay, so that's about it. Means ES6 every feature is now supported by every browser out there. 6 years and it have to be supported. Okay, so first we'll start with let var and const. And actually we have talked about this let and var. So what was the difficulty with var was not block scoping, it was functional scoping, and we have seen an example of that, so I will not go much detail into that. And let is finally is the block scoping, and const we cannot assign new variable after initial declaration of primitive type like integer and string, like but we can add values for non-primitive type like arrays and objects. So this is the example which we are going to see. And we are again going to use our trusty online tool of JSWin, JavaScript console. I'll do, and let's get started now. And varlet, as I've already told, that functional scope thing and block scopes, I've already given the example, so I will not take them. Let's start with const. So const, wait a sec, my mic, I think I've taken it from the wrong place. One sec. Yeah, I think it is still yeah, it is still blue snowball. Okay, so no problem, so it should be that. Okay, so as I was telling that we'll look into const. So const, const const, we cannot do something like this. First age equal to 6, and then we can do the first age equal to 8. So this is not allowed in const. Okay, this will give error. So let us see the error also. Console.log of first age console.log of first age, run it, and it will give me error. Okay, so this is not allowed as always. And but what is allowed then? Okay, so the thing which is allowed, see, as we have seen that we can add values for non-primitive like arrays and objects. What is this? Does that mean non-primitive like arrays and object? Okay, so let me do a const of child ages equal to 6 comma 8 comma 9 comma 10. Okay, so we cannot do something like this. See, suppose I want to add 12, I cannot do something like this, it will give me error. So it is not allowed. Okay, it is not allowed. But what is allowed, actually, I can just like child ages dot push. So push, pop, all those things I can do. Push 12. Okay, and then console.log of child ages. So this is allowed. So this is allowed. This is very much allowed. Okay, so this is what we are telling that but you can add values to non-primitive type like arrays and objects. So let's see an example of an object also. Okay, let's see an example of an object also. So const person obj equal to name is Bindu and skill is JS. Okay, so normal object is there. So the thing which are allowed in object is person obj dot skill. So skill, so skill I can update. So arrays keys are always unique, so means I cannot have two skills anyways, it cannot happen. So like that I can do the react person object dot skill is react. So from JS it will change to react, and it is very much possible. It will not give any error even if it's a constant. And I can add some new key value pair also. Person obj dot profession equal to developer or console.log person obj. Run. See, it is coming. This object you can ignore. So this is working fine. So name, profession, skill, everything is there and it is working fine. It is not giving any error. So this is what we meant by you can add in a non-primitive type. Okay, so after that we are okay, fat arrow functions. We are going to do fat arrow functions. I think fat arrow functions also we have already done, so we are not going to do it again, that single line argument. And we have seen this thing fat arrow function, how we can replace it with the fat arrow multi-line and all those things. We can have seen it, so we are not going to see it again. Okay, so now we are going to pass and go to the next thing, which is default parameters. Okay, default parameters, this is very important. So default parameters are a new thing. So suppose default values can be used in parameters which are taken when no values are passed. This apply to both normal function and arrow function. It doesn't matter whatever you do. Order is very important. Okay, so ordering is very important. JSpin I'll do, and JavaScript and console I'll take can. Now what we are doing default parameters. We are doing default parameters. Okay, so what is default parameters? Okay, so const like is equal. Okay, the thing is that you can take a, as I've told you, it is not like a arrow function. You can take a num function also, but I'm taking an arrow function because I prefer arrow function. Num1 comma num2 and like this, return num1 triple equal to num2. So it will return either true or false, okay, depending upon what I pass to it. Okay, so suppose, so it is returning, so I will have to do a console.log. Console.log is equal 10 comma 10 I'm passing. So anyways, if a 10 comma 10 is passing, so it will become true. Okay, so one more thing I want to do, I want to console.log num1. It is important actually. Control C, Control V, Control X. Okay, so num1 and num2 I want to do. So it is okay, but obvious that it will be 10 and 10. Okay, but what happens? Better default parameters. Suppose I omit this thing. Okay, now I'm not passing num2. It will be passed as undefined and it will be made as false. That is obvious. So this kind of cases are also there in programming where we don't pass the both of the parameters. So what I can do here, and I can make it as equal to 20. Make it equal to 20. So see, in this case, the num2 is 20 because I'm not passing anything. It is 20. But again, if I go back like 10, 10, it will take us 10. So this is a very powerful concept, default parameters, and used a lot in coding. Okay, so that is their default parameters, and let me close this. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do is the object literal extension and dynamic field. Both of these concepts are very important and used a lot in production. I have used a lot. Expertise global. Yes, are you doing any IT job? Technical experience global. Nobody. I know. I used to. Now I am a full-time Java. Now I'm a full-time JavaScript trainer. Previous job was an associate architect. 2 months back only I'm a full-time JavaScript trainer, but I'm training for the past 2 years. Training, writing books, YouTubing, and all those things. Okay. So that's about me. Thanks for asking. Okay, so where we were? Yeah, so we were an object literal. So object literal extensions and dynamic field. So in object literals, we now have extension for key of an object. So we will see what it is. So object, it is better to explain it with an example because it is very difficult to understand it with this theory part. Anyways, I don't like theory part much. Okay, so let me comment this out or else it will keep on firing. Okay, so now we will look into object literal extensions. Okay, so what is object literal extension? Suppose I have a let name equal to a variable is the let name equal to with the okay, let age equal to 7 and let es6 obj equal to, so what I'm going to take es6 obj. Okay, so this is a very good trick. So name, and I will take a name comma age, and I will take a age. Okay, this is a kind of shortcut. So this name is the key. Okay, this name is the key, this age is the key, and this name is actually this name, and this age is actually this age. Okay, this age is actually this age. So if I console log, I have to console log this, and console.log es6 obj, and if I run it, see, it is like this. And this object is a bit of pain. I will show it here itself. If I clear it and run it, see, it is like normal object is like, so this is a sort of a bug in JS means it shows this object. It's okay, we'll see from there only. So this is a normal thing. Okay, name, but what it just is, there is a shortcut in this. Okay, so if I declare like this name key value, so I can omit this thing. It will not even look like an object now. Okay, I can omit this thing, and it is actually an object, and it will give me the same thing. It is actually an object. If I omit this thing also, see, it means that key value pair is ES6. There are a lot of shortcuts are there in ES6. That is the thing. And the other thing now we are going to see is dynamic fields, where we can assign dynamic values to keys in the object. Dynamic values, we will assign the dynamic values here. So, and this is again a very powerful concept. Again, very powerful concept. Okay, so I'll come here and let age field. Again I have a age field equal to age, and let es6 dynamic obj equal to name is Shikha. And so I want to put the age. So what I can do here, I can, instead of putting the age, I can like this, I can have a array kind of a structure. It is not array actually, just we will do it like this. Age field I can give it here, and then I can give anything like this. Okay, so and this age field I'll do clear, run it, and it will come. Okay, age, oh, no, not age field, I'm wrong, sorry. It is CSS dynamic object, and it would, instead of the age field, it will take age. So this is very powerful because from outside I am controlling the key, which was not possible earlier. This is only in ES6, so I can give anything like this. Okay, and it will be like this. Okay, so this is very powerful stuff. Again, powerful stuff, and this is again used a lot in coding. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to do is, let me see what we are going to do. We are going to do rest and spread operators. So they are very important. Rest and spread operators are actually very important. Okay, so both of them are exactly means the syntax is similar, but it become a rest operator depending upon where it is used, and spread operator depending upon where it is used. So let us see those things. So js bin JavaScript console output HTML. Okay, so first thing is that we are going to see the rest operator. Okay, so the rest operator, we can pass argument to it is saying we can pass arguments to a function and it gets converted to an array. Okay, so rest operator we are going to see. Okay, so suppose I have a array func, and I want to pass something to it, some arguments to it, and I want it to be converted into a array. So actually it is very difficult to do that. Means like a b c d, you can search stack overflow for that. A b c d we have to pass as a parameter, then create an empty array, push to it, and a lot of, at least 5-6 lines of code are there. Okay, so and on the top of it the parameters can vary. If the parameter varies, then we have to change the function. So that is like that. Arr, so console.log arr I'm taking, and what I was telling that, see, suppose arr func I am doing 1 2 4 3 8. Okay, so I'm passing this, and the temporary way is that taking an okay, let me even show that temporary way. A b c d e, and then I'll do a let tmp arr equal to like this, then tmp arr dot push a b c d e. B C D E, and this temporary array is there, and so it is do like this. What if I increase this to 10? Then I have to again add it. So this is not a good logic. Okay, and anyways it was not a good logic, so I'll change it and I'll do a arr. Suppose now what happens, this array can be of any length. So there is an operator known as rest operator in which I have to give dot dot dot. So it will accept anything. So we can pass any number of argument, it gets converted to an array. So this is just like this dot dot dot, and you can pass any number of argument and it will get converted to an array. I can even delete one, clear, and it will convert it into an array. So this is the power of the rest operator. Okay, so this is rest operator, but even more powerful than the rest operator is the spread operator. So we look into the spread operator, and it is used a lot in React. Lot means lot. Spread operator. Okay, so spread operators, let us see the definition again first. So what is spread operator? Spread operator opposite of rest operator, which takes the array and convert it into a list of arguments. Okay, list of arguments it converts. So there are something like mat.min and all. So what happened in that mat.min, mat.max, they expects arguments only. So you cannot pass an array or something to it. So you have to pass the argument. But suppose I have my input as an array. Let a equal to, suppose this only, a equal to like this. Okay, a equal to like this, and now console.log of math dot min. So what it expects me to do it like this, give it like this. So this is one way to do it. Okay, so let me also comment this out. So this is the way to get the min. Okay, so but I want to pass this a, I don't want to pass it like this, so that the logic will increase. So what I do, actually this is possible mat.min also, mat.max also. So I'll do dot 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 a, here also mat.max dot 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 a. So it is the opposite what it is doing right now. So see 110. So what it is doing, this array, it is taking and spreading it like an argument. It is spreading it and converts into a list of arguments. So this is the opposite, and this is actually very powerful again. Okay, so with spread operator we can also merge two or more array very easily. Merging is very easily. So let us see how to merge two or more with the spread operator. Okay, so suppose I will do a merge. Okay, let x1 equal to 1 comma 2 comma x2 equal to 3 comma 4 comma x3 equal to 5 comma 6, like this. Let d1 equal to, so I want to merge all of them. So for merging all of them, I will take an array like this, and inside this I will expand this array. So it will, what it will do, it will make it an argument, but I am taking it inside an array. So like this, I am taking dot 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 x1 comma dot 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 x2 comma dot 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 x3, like this I'll do, and then console.log of g1. Okay, clear, run. So it is giving me this. Okay, so like this we will see one example of objects also. So one more thing is that, okay, let us see an example of object. Okay, so see, I have an object of obj1 which has got foo is bar, x is 42, and object 2 again it is sort of foo. See, one very important thing is that foo, both of them are foo. The key is foo in both of the object, and one have x and one have y. So what happened if I'm going to merge them? So we're going to see the example of merging them. So let merged obj equal to, again the way is like that only, dot 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 obj1 comma dot 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 obj2 we have to do, and then console dot log of merged object. Okay, merged object, I'll do clear it, run it. So see this. So the main thing is that, see, it is merging, is the x and y were different, so it is different, but foo was the same in both of them, and the resulted object, any object cannot hold the same key again, so there is an object property. Okay, so that's why the later one was taken, this bars was taken, later one was taken. So this is one thing which we should keep in notice, we should know means what it is there. Okay, so that is done. Now the next thing which we are going to do is template string. Okay, so template string, I think we have not done. Let me do this template string. Okay, so template string, what are these template string? There is the template string are the new way. Okay, and they are a new way in which we can we are taking template literals, they are known as template literals. There are new way in which strings are being done. So because we are having a lot of problem, I think we have taken this, that I've taken my name and all this, I remember this, and we take this backticks, this backticks we take, and the backticks is there, and with that backticks we can give that string and dollar. I know we have taken this, so that is known as the string which we take it by the dot. I just remember we take it, we have done it, so I'm not again going to do it. Okay, so template string was also done. Now we are going to do a thing known as array and object. This is actually very very important, because this is used a lot in React. When class based component, only the class based component was there, the array this array and object description was used like a thing. Object description was used a lot, not like a mandatory thing, but developer used to use it a lot. But since hooks have came out in React, so what happened, it is mandatory, sort of all the hooks are array destructuring actually. So let's get started with this actually. So I have not done anything, let me do it here only. Array destructuring I'll do, and const RGB equal to 255 comma 200 comma maybe 0. So array is there which RGB. So normal way, if I want to get access to means each of the variables, so what I will do means console out each of the variable. So what I will do, so I'll do a const of r, it is not like anything I can do, and RGB of 0, because I start with the 0 index. Okay, r, then I will do the g, it is starting with a 1, and b, it is starting with it is 2. So there are only 3 indexes are there. Okay, and then I will just console log them. Okay, console dot log r comma g comma b, the variables. I could have taken any name, and it is been printed like this. Okay, RGB is been printed like this. But these 3 statements, I don't want 3 statements. Can I do it in one statement? Yes, I can do it in one statement. How I can do it in one statement, we'll see that. Okay, so let me comment them out. Okay, or they will anyways show it. Okay, so now I will do const of r comma g comma b. So this is a weird kind of a format, array kind of format, but this is not array, rgb. So you have to give this before this bracket, so it means that r equal to rgb 0, g exactly this same statement, short form is this. So I don't have to tell much, this short form is this one statement is a short form is, it means r equal to rgb 0, g equal to rgb 1, and b equal to rgb 2, just this 3 statement in one statement. So this is known as array destruction, very very important concept. We are going to use a lot in React. Okay, especially this is used in hooks a lot. use the state hook is exactly like that. Okay, next week is React. Those who don't know, then next week is React. We have done everything. HTML, CSS previous week. HTML I do in a workshop. Those who have missed that workshop can attend a workshop tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Every Saturday from 3 to 6 I have a workshop. So web development workshop in which I go deep into HTML, CSS, and then a bit of CS and a bit of JavaScript, but I go deep into HTML. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to do object destructuring. Object destructuring we are going to do. So object destructuring I am going to do. And then so here suppose I have an object like this, const developer equal to first name, last name, and country. So I will not show the long way. Okay, let me show the long way. Suppose I have const, I want each of them in a different variable. Okay, so let me show the long way also. It is always good to show the long way first. First names, I want a first name first. A variable I'm creating as first name, and it is developer dot first name. So because we generally use a dot notation, we can use another notation is also the bracket notation, but I'm using the dot notation. Okay, developer dot first name. Okay, const last name. So I'm taking the variable name as same. You can take it as different also, the first name, last name, f name, l name, all those things you can do. So that is not an issue. So country is there. So country is there, and then we can do the console log of these three things. So console log of these three things I can do like this. Console log I'm doing, and it is showing all these three things. Okay, but can I do these three in one step? Yes, I can do. Again, we have something known as object is exactly similar, just like this thing, but since it's an object, we do what we do. We do an object thing, like we do this like this. Okay, and then I will do first name, last name, and country name equal to just like there, and I'll do developer. I'll do the developer. Okay, let me comment this out so that it doesn't overwrite. So this comment this out, and exactly same like this format it is there, you might be seeing, and it will be shown like this. So this is known as object destructuring. Okay, so next thing is classes in ES6. So classes are a new concept in ES6, because before classes in JavaScript we used to have something known as constructor function. So they are since the beginning of JavaScript, so they are only converted into classes, and classes are sometimes known as the sugar-coated version of your ES6 constructor function. So we're not going to ES6 constructor function right now, for the sake of the time. So this is a bit of fast course. In 1 hour we have to do a lot. So we'll see the ES6 classes, and you will see that ES6 classes are a lot like classes in Java and all this, but internally it doesn't work like that. Okay, and classes are very important because it is used heavily in React. Still React uses the class based component a lot, because the hook based component came only in 2019. Before that it was all the class based, and all the old code and even the projects which are going right now have this class based thing. Okay, so ES6 classes and class create room. So just like any other language we have like this, and then we have a constructor which only runs for the first time. Constructor which only runs for the first time. Name I'll do, and here generally we initialize something, means which we are going to do, means you soon going to see how it is done. So there is something like we are in our example we are going to doing this dot room equal to whatever the name is been passed. So constructor I will initialize this, and name room I'll do. Okay, so in constructor we also have functions. So I have a clean room function which will take an argument like soap console.log. So So we are using template literal a lot. Cleaning dollar this dot room with dollar soap. Okay, so this is done. And const naps room equal to, so this new keyword is there. So this is how we do it in your other languages also. So this is this is also known as creating object of classes. So this is the different than the object which are there. So this is creating these objects. Okay, so naps from new, and we'll do this create room and bindu, and then const. So we can create as many object as we need. So this is what it is there in other languages also, and here also we have this with new. So it is sort of, when we create an object, they say that classes are like a blueprint and objects are like suppose there is blueprint of a car, and we have these objects are like a car. So that will, the first car is there, second car is there, created using the blueprint. Okay, Shikha is there. Okay, then naps room dot clean room domex and Shikha room dot clean room and Lysol. Run it. See, clean Nabindu's room in domex, clean Shikha's room in Lysol. But the main thing is that, see, when I'm using Nabindu's room, so it has already taken, when this create room has been done. So this name will go to the constructor, and this object will contain this Nabindu thing. So when this dot room has been done, see, so this dot room is containing Nabindu's name, not Sikha's name. Sikha's room only contains this name. So that is it. It has got its own version of this function call. You and see it like it's got its own function, own version of it. Clean room. So that is what classes are all about. Okay, so after this classes, what we are going to do, we are going to come to the last topic, but it will take a bit of time because we're going to do a lot of array methods. Okay, for each map filter reduce. Okay, so actually I have done a bit of for each earlier, means but I've not explained it, so I'm going to do the for each again. Okay, JSBen, I'll do again a new one. JavaScript console is there. So suppose we have an we'll do the traditional for loop first. Traditional for loop, we have an family array. Okay, family array, we have this, and then for let, so we want to loop through the array and show all of this, all of the element. Okay, so the normal way is I equal to 0, I is less than family dot length I plus plus, and I have already told how the for loop works earlier, so I'm not going to tell it again how the traditional for loop works. So console dot log is family I'm going to do. So this is what I'm going to do, and if I run it, so each one member will get printed. So this is a normal way, but then this has got a lot of statement is there, some spell mistakes can be done. So for each was created, and for each the main the benefit of it is it can be done in a single statement also. Sometimes you do a lot of logic inside it, then you won't do the single statement, but we can do it in a single statement. Okay, so the same thing we'll convert it into the single thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do family. So let me comment this out, family, and so it is like this, family dot for each, and we don't assign anything to it. So we'll soon come to know family dot for each, and then I can take anything like any and so no variables, even I also I can take. Generally we don't take I, we generally take the singular of this. Singular of family is a member, so it is not required member. I can take item, I can take I can take anything, and just console dot log of member. I'll do clear it, run it, see. So internally it does the same logic. This same logic is done internally by JavaScript, but this is so much clean. In one line it is happening. And see, when I give this member, actually it will loop through it unless that it gets ends, and it will show like this. So this is what about for each. So now the next thing which we are going to do is the map helper function we are going to do. So let us do the map. So map is again a very important thing, and map you will find it more used in React. Map is used a lot in React, means but we are going to see a normal use case of map first. Let us do that. And because what happens in map, you can change the things, means when you are inside it, and that we'll see more when we are going to do the React. So now let us do a use case, map use case like this, and then let numbers equal to 6, 8, 10, something like that. So what I want to do, I want an array to be returned, okay, which will have this double. So 6 will become 12 and 8, everything will be doubled, so like this. So I want to do like this. So there is a lot of use cases like this. Okay, and one thing important with map is that it, whatever goes inside, the same number comes outside. So it will return the same type of an array only. Whatever goes in, as I'm telling, the same thing comes out. Okay, so let us do that. So we'll do without map first. Okay, this thing we'll do without map. We want to double the num. So what we have to do, we have to do a doubled nums equal to an empty array I have to take. Okay, and for let I equal to 0, I is less than numbers dot length I plus plus. And now, so I'm looping through this numbers array, and then what I'm going to do, double number dot push. So double number is an empty array. Okay, so this numbers I into 2. Okay, and then console.log of double numbers running, and I will get the double number. This is a long way to do this thing. So this thing we can do with map in a actually in a single line. Okay, so let's do that in a single line. Let me. Okay, so map always returns something. In ForEach, what we did, we directly did it. It was not returning something, but map always returns something. Okay, so const doubled e as 6. Yes, 6. Let me do that. And numbers dot map, and then number, anything you can take, number, item. Okay, let me take item. So that it, let me take it into 2, just into 2 I am do. So it will loop through each item is now what. So when it will loop through, so first time the it is 6, so 6 into 2, so it will make it make that in the array 6 into 2. So all this logic we don't have to do anything. Okay, internally it might be doing the same thing. And now console.log of double d is 6, clear it, and it is printing me the same thing. So this is the power of map. Okay, and it returns whatever goes inside, it returns that thing only, means that is one of the thing. And you always have to have a return type, return thing. So here we don't have any return, but here you have to have a return. So this is about map. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to learn about filter. So js bin JavaScript console output HTML is gone. So let me take a array of object, which is the most common way to transfer data in the internet. So array of object is there, in which an array is there and objects are their name, and each object has a name and a category. So two of them are same, two of them are different. So I want to filter something out of it. I suppose I want to filter all the smartphone out of this. So the normal way, what is the normal way? The normal way is like let filtered products. This is the normal way I'm doing, and I have to make an empty array. Then again I have to loop through like this. For let I equal to 0, I is less than products dot length. See, I was making a mistake. Okay, I plus plus like this, and now I have to do this filter thing. Okay, so if products I am getting going, and when I will do this products I will actually get the whole object. Okay, products I dot category triple equal to smartphone. If it is the case, so it will loop through everything. So first two smartphones are there, then the laptops are there. So first two it will be going, and then it will loop filtered products dot push. I will just do the push of products I'll do. Okay, products I'll do, and then after that this console.log of filtered products I'll do, and run it. Okay, something is wrong. Products okay, anyways that spell was wrong, so it is a smartphones. It is right actually, so it is actually looking very ugly. And as I've told, see it here. So this array of object is there, and see only the smartphones and those things are done. Okay, so it is there. So as you can see, it is very big and thing, and we have a filter for this reason. Just one line of a code as usual. Let filtered, yes, 6. Let us have all the laptops now. Products dot filter, just a products dot filter I have to do. And product, let me take product. This is not item, product. So it is products, then it is product, means it is singular. The products plural, this is singular. Okay, and then what you have to pass some condition. See, actually the same condition I'll pass, this if loop type of condition I'll pass, but I don't have I don't even need I. So what I will do, see, let me do one thing. So but since I don't have I, so what is this products I? Products I is nothing much but this product. To product dot category equal to smartphone, and it will be done. Okay, let me comment this out, and if I run it, all the smartphone will be done. And if I change it to laptops, run it, and let me show it here also. So actually the last one is the laptops is done. Clear, run. See, the laptops are done. So this is how filter work, and all these are very powerful, and they are used always. You use this in React on this map filter, map and filter a lot, for each also a lot. Okay, and then the last thing which we are going to see is something known as reduce. It is not used that much, and it's a bit complicated, but sometimes some of the solutions you can get only through reduce, and no other solution is there. Means reduce only is helpful, but I will show a very simple example of reduce. Okay, so a classical example is like that. Suppose I want, because I will show the working of reduce. Means there are some very good use cases of reduce, but I've not seen that much it been used in production. And even if it is used in production, I've seen most people take it from the Stack Overflow. So the solution, because this is actually very powerful than map and filter and for each, because you can do all those things with this also. But we are not going to go that deep into it, because it, as I told, I only teach the essential things which are essential to get into React. Okay, so classical, suppose we want to get the sum of all the value of this array. So how we are going to do? So we are going to have a var of sum equal to 0. So we are going to get a sum of all the elements of the array, and then we are, so we're seeing the normal way first. For let I equal to 0, I is less than numbers dot I plus plus, and sum plus equal to numbers I. Also sum plus equal to, it means sum equal to sum plus number I. First time it will be 0 plus 20, then whatever the sum is there, when it will loop through it. And if I do the console.log of sum, then it will show like this 90. Okay, so now we are going to do, as I have told, we are going to do it with reduce. So for reduce, const sum reduce equal to numbers dot reduce, and so numbers dot reduce, but it takes actually two parameters. Okay, this thing, one is the ACC, which is also known as accumulator, and one is the current, which is also known as current element. The full form is current element. Okay, so and then after I have to come like this, and then I have to, I'm going in multiple lines, so I have to do a return. Okay, this, if you go into multiple lines, even in a filter or a map, you have to do this return thing. Okay, so return ACC plus cur, and even I have to pass a 0 here. I'll tell more about it later on. 0 here, and now console.log of sum reduce I'll do, and then let it run it, and it is giving me 90. So how it is giving me 90, let me explain this thing. As I've told, I'm going to explain this thing, how this 90 is coming. So see, when this runs, so what happened, the first time it comes inside this accumulator. So accumulator is nothing but whatever we're passing it here. So 0, so first time the accumulator is 0. So this accumulator, this 0 is very important. See, if I do it as 10, see, one thing you will see, it will come as 100, because the accumulator is taken as 10, but I am doing at 0 0, then it will be 0. So what is happening, when the first iteration is coming, accumulator is 0 plus the current element is 20, which will be equal to 20. Second iteration will come, now the accumulator became 20, the current is 30, which is 50. Third iteration will come, the current accumulator is 50, current is 40, which is equal to 90. So this is how this reduce works. And with this, we have come to an end of ES6, and tomorrow it is, as I have told earlier, tomorrow will be our project day. So I thought that ES6 will take time, but ES6 got completed, and tomorrow will be a project day. We have completed a lot of things, and all these things are used a lot. I go a bit slow when I do my boot camps, and their people are also there. They ask a lot of questions. So one or two or three classes in ES6 only go. So that, but that I have a lot of time. That is more. Means the web development boot camp is around 2 months it takes to complete the web development boot camp. So all those things are there. So but I am trying to do as much as I can, but as you know, there is a time limitation which we have kept. And if you want to know more about this boot camp, you can see on one, I'm starting from Monday. I'm going to start another boot camp for a corporate client, teaching their people web app development, starting from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, going to React. Okay, all those things. So as you know, I'm a full-time JavaScript trainer, and if you want to get a certificate of this course, and the link is there in the description, you can give a nominal fee, and then we will send you some of the assignment which you need to complete, because tomorrow is the last day, and you will get a 1 week to submit the assignment and get a nice certificate. And so with this, I'll end today's stream. I'll see you tomorrow on the final day of JavaScript Beginners to Advanced series. And tomorrow we are going to do a very nice project in JavaScript. Okay, one project, or maybe if you get time, we'll do two projects. Okay, thank you all, and I'm ending this stream today. Thank